What a beautiful night here in the city of trees. We just flipped the calendar to the month of February, but it almost felt like an early spring evening here inside Boise. Welcome inside ExtraMile Arena. Tonight, two longtime rivals in the Mountain West will meet for the final time as conference opponents for the foreseeable future. Boise State hosting Nevada. Welcome courtside, Jay Tuss alongside Kim Bridges. And Kim, these two teams had big expectations going into the season. Both teams picked to finish in the top 4 in the Mountain West Conference standings. So far, Nevada has backed up those preseason expectations. Meanwhile, Boise State, let's just say, they have some work to do.
And this game is so important because of what you just said. If the Broncos can get a split with Nevada this game, this would be huge for them as far as the conference tournament coming around the corner.
If Boise State were to find some success tonight, they have to shut down Corey Camper. He has been phenomenal in his first season here for the Wolfpack. The UTEP transfer averaging almost 17 points per game, and this guy can light it up from 3. Kim shooting 45% from behind the arc.
Camper is coming off a huge effort with a career-high 32 points in their home win against UNLV. He's what the Broncos would call a red jersey guy, meaning he is a lethal outside shooter. In fact, in Mountain West play, when you look at just that statistic, he is shooting a sizzling 51% from beyond the arc. The Broncos must locate him early and do whatever they can to slow down his offensive output.
On the flip side of this, you want to talk about efficient shooters. Andrew Meadows as good as it gets right now. Over his last 8 games, Kim, he is shooting 68% from the floor. He will be a key for Boise State tonight. They have to get him the ball, and he'll get himself going.
They really do. And the Broncos, when they opened up Mountain West play, they had that 81-66 loss at Nevada in December. But Andrew Meadows was a bright spot, going 5 of 8 and finishing with 16 points. The Broncos are 8-1 when Meadows takes 9 or more shots. That is a J-Test stat. He took only 4 shots in that GCU loss, so it's going to be essential that the Broncos find a way to get him in the offensive flow early tonight.
Well, Boise State has won more often than not in this series. I will say this, though, the Wolfpack with a chance to get back-to-back wins over the Broncos for the first time since 2021. For the final time in the Mountain West, it's Boise State and Nevada coming up next from the X. We are moments away from tip-off inside ExtraMile Arena. Boise State starting lineup was just announced, and head coach Leon Rice will lean on the same starting 5 he has pretty much all season long. In the backcourt, Dylan Andrews will be paired with R.J. Keene. In the front court, Andrew Meadow, Javen Buchanan, and Drew Fielder will round out the starting 5. And Kim, Drew Fielder is one of the more explosive offensive players for Boise State.
He really can be. And against Grand Canyon, he only played 18 minutes. The shot wasn't falling. He wasn't feeling the flow. So it's really important that the Broncos get him going tonight.
Over on the other side, Steve Alford has done it once again. He has 716 career wins, the 9th most among all active coaches at the Division I level. And for him, it's his same starting 5. Corey Camper Jr., averaging almost 17 points per game, is their go-to guy. Vaughn Weems is also in the backcourt alongside Tayshawn Comer. Elijah Price, the transfer out of Fresno State, will be in the front court alongside Caleb Lowry. This is a Nevada squad that is 16-6 on the season. They are in position right now to earn a bye at the Mountain West Conference Tournament at 8-3 in league play, and we are set for tip-off. For the final time in the Mountain West, it's Boise State and Nevada. The Broncos come away with the opening possession. Slow starts have been a bit of an issue for Boise State, especially during their 4-game losing streak. They've won 4 out of their last 5, though, and their starts have been a big reason why they've been more successful. 9 on the shot clock, out to Dylan Andrews, over to Andrew Meadow. Misses just off the back end of the iron as Javen Buchanan with an offensive rebound, though, and the Broncos reset the shot clock.
But you got to like seeing Meadow take that early shot, and Fielder just a little miss there, unfortunately, continuing from some of his GCU woes. Again, we talked about in the pregame about how we have to get Meadow going early, and I like the fact that he's pulling the trigger for the Broncos.
They said that was a big emphasis leading up to this game over these last couple of practices, was finding a way to not only get Meadow going, but then sustain that, right? Made a couple of shots early against GCU and then went silent. Man, something about the Lopes being able to contain him. In 62 minutes played against Grand Canyon this year, Meadow only shot 6 times. The crazy thing, his field goal percentage was 83.3%. Dylan Andrews right down to the lane, finishes with the left off the window.
Savvy finish by Andrews. He really had to cut through a few defenders in that situation, but nice job really focusing on his finish and making it count, getting the Broncos on the board.
Weems tries the 3, long. Keene catches the air ball.
There's something about the outside shooting right now. Hopefully that changes for all the fans that are here tonight.
Fielder pump fakes, then goes into the lane. Spins a couple times, tries to go up over Price and gets the teardrop floater to fall.
That took some strength for Fielder there. I don't know how he kept that left foot on the ground as he finished that shot, but nice job by him to get the finish.
Trying to go into the body of one of the best defenders in the Mountain West Conference, too. Fielder on the board. Now it's Price going the other way. Fielder goes up to contest. It looks like he gets a piece of Price's arm. Price still able to finish, and he's going to go to the free throw line where he has made a living this season.
Price, boy, going up strong is key. I mean, Fielder is a tough defender, and of course he was chasing that play, but great job by Price to make it count, and a costly foul against Fielder.
Price completes the three-point play.
Little 1-2-2 pressure here out of Nevada. Again, they have that length with Lowry up in the top.
Broncos into the front court. 20 on the shot clock. Dylan Andrews dribbles baseline. Back out to Fielder. Hands it off to Andrews. He thought about a 3. 7 on the shot clock. The Broncos got to go on offense. The behind-the-back pass from Buchanan up top. Drew Fielder with the one-handed finish.
Pretty basketball. Everybody in the arena erupted with cheers on that one. Nice behind-the-back pass and good vision by Javon.
Good, patient possession there by Boise State. It's Buchanan with a beautiful behind-the-back pass. Broncos lead 6-3 in the early going. A little over 17 minutes to go here in the first half. 4 on the shot clock. Comer for 3 from deep. He misses, and it's Andrews with the rebound. The Broncos are going to push in transition. Comer gets under Fielder on the outlet pass and gets whistled for the foul.
And I mean, Comer definitely got whistled for the foul, but had he not, I think that was going to be another slam jam.
Yeah, probably a wise foul, I would say, by Comer. And now Boise State's going to inbound it from the baseline. Boise State a perfect 3 for 3 over their last few possessions. They've gotten hot after missing their first 2 shots of the game. Andrews is going to try the 3. A little long. Keene pokes it out to Buchanan. Another offensive rebound by Boise State, and it's Buchanan that's going to attack and get to the free throw line. That's just kind of what Keene does, Kim, what he's known for. He is so good at going up and creating those deflections and second chance opportunities for Boise State.
I know he gets a reputation of being the glue guy, and that's one of those exact reasons why. Poking the ball out, giving that extra possession for the Broncos, and Buchanan making good on it, attacking the rim tough, and hopefully he can get 2 at the line.
First free throw is up and good for Buchanan. He has seen his game just steadily improve over the course of the season. He's kind of battled some health issues at times. In November, he only shot 35.4% from the field. He saw that number go up to almost 42% in December. In the month of January, that climbed to almost 45%. So his season trending in a good direction as he converts on both free throw attempts. Again, these two teams met right before Christmas to open league play on December 20th, and it was Nevada coming away with a convincing victory down in Reno. Here goes Price at Parolin. He finishes again. Price with all 5 for Nevada so far.
Tough finish by Price, who was a Mountain West Player of the Week back in January. So, again, they got a couple tough players on this squad. Price probably best known for his rebounding prowess, but that was a wonderful take to the hoop.
Averaging 12.5 points, almost 9 rebounds per game. Buchanan a little strong on the three. Another offensive rebound for Boise State. Buchanan was looking down low for Pearland. Instead, goes to Andrews. 8 on the shot clock. Andrews trying to create for himself. Spins back into the lane. Hits the fadeaway. With the shot clock winding down, Andrews extends Boise State's lead back out to 5.
It looked like one of those playground shots you practice all day. You can almost hear the countdown in his head as he lifted at the right time.
Price, a deep jumper, misses a little short. Buchanan and Keene battling for the rebound. Keene hits the floor. Buchanan gets the board. Buchanan trying to go one-on-one. Goes baseline. Creates a little bit of space and hits the reverse layup.
Nice job by Buchanan just staying with it. I mean, on the first bounce, he had contact, and then he just sort of popped back and created a little bit of space, like you say. Similar right there on the other end by the Wolfpack. Price just couldn't get the finish to fall.
Price puts a shoulder into Pearland, tries to create some space, can't finish. Andrews dribbling through traffic. Tosses it down to Pearland, sets him up beautifully. And it's Boise State on a 14-5 run to start this one. What a response by the Broncos here, coming off a loss at GCU over the weekend. Well, you know, Kim, Leon Rice once told me that you look at rebounding, it will tell you a bigger story about his team. It will tell you the energy and effort that they're playing with, right? Well, right now, they have 7 rebounds, 3 of them on the offensive glass. Nevada has 1 rebound in the game. Boise State creating and cashing in on second chance opportunities.
That's exactly right. And, I mean, here's the thing. Nevada, statistically, they do so many things so well. We were talking before the game, how does Boise State stop a team that's this good from behind the 3 line and also this good in the mid-range? And we just talked about efficiency and then getting more possessions. You have to value your possessions when you are on the offensive end. So the Broncos really have been doing that. Getting those second chance opportunities are huge.
Boise State also getting into the paint, 12 points in the paint, 4 for 4 on layups, and they also converted on their only dunk attempt. That was the highlight of the game so far. Behind the back pass from Buchanan to Fielder. That is Elijah Price cutting to the hole. He gets fouled again.
And that's another one of those little take fouls. I think the Broncos realized that was going to be a little bit of fireworks there for the Wolfpack. Tough cut there by Price. Yeah, easy call for the official.
Elijah Price has all 5 points for Nevada so far. Misses that free throw attempt. He's converted almost 76% of his free throw attempts this season. No stranger to individual success. His career got off to a tough start at Fresno State just because the Bulldogs weren't very good. But, man, Alford grabbed up one of the best Mountain West transfers out of the portal, and now Elijah Price is thriving in Reno. Makes the second free throw attempt.
Yeah, he actually started his career at Drake, just redshirted there, not for an injury or anything. And then he got that opportunity to move to Fresno. He's been there the last 2 years. So I know Alford was very excited to get him out of the portal.
13 minutes, 47 seconds to go here in the first half. Boise State leads 14-5. Pearson Carmichael off the bench into the lane, misses, and it's Spencer Ahrens cleaning it up.
Gotta love the Canadian grabbing the ball off the glass there and finishing. I thought that was a nice drive by Carmichael. But again, second chance opportunities. You can't say enough about that.
A strong showing here from Boise State so far. Again, Nevada 16-6 coming into this one. Right now it's Boise State that leads the game 16-6. Good defensive possession. Keene rips it away. Hands it off to Ahrens. Ahrens looking for Pearland down low. but it's Camper that intercepts the pass. They move quickly the other way, but can't finish in transition. Nevada finally gets an offensive rebound. They swing it around. Bailey for three, no good. Price somehow winds up with it, goes right at Pearson Carmichael. He can't finish. It's Parolin that grabs a rebound, but poked away. Nevada still with possession and a fresh 30 on the shot clock.
I think that's what the official is trying to confirm. I don't think we should have had a fresh 30. Yeah, the shot clock's now being reset to 17.
It looked like Parolin grabbed it, didn't necessarily regain possession or gain possession, I should say, before the ball was poked away. So they will put 17 on the shot clock, a little over 12 and a half minutes left on the game clock here in the opening half. Over to Camper, yet to score so far. Heck, yet to even attempt a shot. We'll see if he wants to create here with 6 on the shot clock. Goes right past Parolin, hits the floater.
Smooth. I've been really enjoying just watching Camper. I don't know how much you're seeing of this. Him just running off these screens. I mean, you know, the coaches were telling us this in the production call, how well they use those low block screens. And Camper has just been getting sideline to sideline sprints. Just hasn't had that opening yet.
Nato over to Aarons. He hits from the corner. The true freshman setting up a true freshman.
Aarons has a beautiful stroke, and that corner shot looks to be a favorite of his. Nice job by Nato finding him and making that possession count.
Boise State has made 5 of their last 6 shots. They have an 11-point lead as we tick down under 12 minutes to go in the first half. The Broncos clicking on all cylinders right now on offense. They have pushed their lead out to 11 over the Wolfpack. Well, thanks to a hot shooting start for Boise State, they are out to an 11-point lead over their rivals from Reno. You can see right here in the all-time series history, the Wolfpack actually lead 54-35. Boise State does have the slight edge here in Boise. The Broncos have won 3 out of the last 5 in this series. However, Nevada won earlier this year. The Wolfpack trying to sweep the season series against Boise State for the first time since 2018.
And Jay, you talked about the Broncos needing a fast start. They're off to a great one. I mean, they're shooting 61.5% from the field right now. The only low spot right now would be the 20% from the three-point line, shooting 1 of 5 from that area. So if they can get that clicking, watch out.
Boise State with it on offense. Both A.G. Nato and Dylan Andrews into the game. Paired with Pearson Carmichael, Drew Fielder, and Spencer Aarons. 5 on the shot clock. Drew picks up his dribble over to Nato. He just has to hoist up a 3 as the shot clock expires. Not the best offensive possession coming out of a stoppage for the Broncos.
Yeah, coming out of a stoppage or a timeout situation, you really want to value that possession, especially when the Broncos have been on such a roll. They were 5 of 6 from the last possessions, and now they're 5 of 7. Missed opportunity for the Broncos.
3rd turnover of the game for Boise State. Nevada now with an opportunity to try to climb back into this one. They have 7 on the shot clock. They try to go to work, but a loose ball on the floor. Nato picks it up. Ball was poked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Boise State.
And I think that might have been a situation we call a foul or we give the ball to the Broncos. I think the official made the right decision right there and just go ahead and give it back to Andrews. That's fine.
So here come the Broncos after an empty possession last time down the floor. It's Carmichael down to Fielder. Number of pump fakes. Misses out of bounds off of Boise State.
You can sure see that Coach Alford had mentioned a little point of emphasis on the boxing out. That last possession when Fielder goes up, you see 4 Wolfpack players all surrounding him, making sure that there's no second chance opportunity.
So it'll be Rollison into the front court here. Over to Bailey. Bailey dribbling at the top of the key, going to hand it back off to Rollison. He hits a floater. This is where this team can be dangerous, that little mid-range.
Absolutely. A nice floater. You got to practice those so many times to get proficient at the floater. But, you know, any sort of little bump. Speaking of little bumps, we got a little conversation down here. The officials trying to cool everybody down.
It really is what makes this Nevada team so hard to guard at times. In today's game, Kim, you know, it's all about shooting threes and making layups, right? And Nevada's got this like old school approach where they can be really good and deadly in the mid-range game. They're also one of the best shooting three-point teams in the country. So it's hard to make them uncomfortable on offense. That's why Boise State's start so far has been pretty impressive. Drew Fielder from the top of the key.
Nice finish by Fielder. Again, I mean, right now the Wolfpack are 9th in the nation in three-point percentage, but they're 0 for 3. So if the Broncos can continue on the offensive end, and then hopefully this the shooting woes continue for the Wolfpack, that could make the difference. Oh, nutmeg there. Nutmeg. little soccer terminology. We're going to toss that in as well.
That was Price trying to kick it back out to Bailey, a little too hot to handle.
Don't see that very often in Division I college basketball.
That's the 4th turnover, by the way, for Nevada. The 3rd turnover for Price. So here come the Broncos, their largest lead of the game. Currently on a 6-0 run. Peanut Carmichael on the weak side, cleans up the glass. Now it's Fielder trying to attack. Double teamed from Andrews over to Buchanan. He pump fakes, gets an open look, and one.
Nice job by Buchanan. Even better job by Andrews, really. I mean, he had to catch that in air, find his teammate, and Buchanan with the patience to let the defenders go by before he gets the finish himself.
What a job by Javen Buchanan. Fielder leads the way with 7 points for Boise State. Buchanan with a chance to tie that game high. He has 6, 2 for 4 from the floor, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Also has a pair of rebounds and 2 assists in 7 minutes of action tonight. Hits the free throw. Boise State's lead is now ballooned to 15.
Leads don't mean very much in the first quarter, but we'll take it. First quarter, second quarter, all that, it can go away pretty fast.
Whistle away from the ball. That's going to go against A.G. Nato. I believe that's Nato's 2nd foul, so he's going to have to go to the bench. Means Dylan Andrews likely goes back to the point, with Andrew Meadow now checking in for the Broncos. Comer takes it into the backcourt, dribbles into the front court. Bounce pass over to Price. Under 9 minutes to go in the first half. Another late shot clock possession for Nevada. That's Bailey spinning, missing. Carmichael with the rebound.
Credit Fielder on that tough box out, and then the rim run. I love that in transition.
Boise State is absolutely hammering the glass right now. Dylan Andrews for a deep 2. Thought it might be a 3. It's a deep 2. Boise State now leads 27-10.
I think the official signaled to the scorers table. They'll review that one to confirm, but I did see a deep 2 on that one as well.
Boise State shooting a blistering 58% as a team. Comer tries a 3. It's off the mark. Ball poked away, grabbed by Meadow. Here come the Broncos. Carmichael firing quickly and hitting. Boise State leads by 20, and Steve Alford wants to talk it over with his team. An 11-0 run by the Broncos in the last 2 minutes. Peanut for 3 to cap the run. Boise State getting it done on both ends of the floor. Drew Fielder firing away from 3. After that, Fielder kicking it around. Eventually, it's Buchanan with the and one. And then finally, how about this? Dylan Andrews, a deep 2, followed by a Pearson Carmichael 3 in transition. Boise State on an 11-0 run and having their way offensively. I will say this, Kim, point out what they're doing defensively as well. Nevada has a backcourt in Camper, Weems, and Comer that's averaging collectively over 37 points per game. That trio right now has combined for 2 points over 12 minutes in to this contest.
Yeah, Nevada's sitting on a 2-minute scoring drought. Price is leading with 6, but, you know, they're usually expecting a lot more out of Camper. He's got the ball right now. Let's see if he's going to create some action for them.
Comes Comer, a guy averaging over 4 assists per game, kicks it to the corner, and that is how you might just ignite Camper's night. Hits the 3 and the foul.
Didn't want to be a prophecy there, but you don't want to leave him open. Again, we talked about that in the pregame. Any sort of comfort for him on the shot, he'll take it. And Carmichael did a decent closeout, but when you let him be comfortable, then that's when things are going to start happening for the Wolfpack.
They initially called that a 2. Alford confirming with the refs. They stick up their hands. It is a 3, and now he hits the free throw. So it is a 4 actually on the scoreboard. Biggest play of the night so far for the Wolfpack. We'll see if they can gain momentum off of it. Here comes Andrews, a bounce pass over to Buchanan. He goes baseline, a strong take, and Buchanan lays it up and in. He's got 9 points to lead Boise State.
Again, just another strong move by Javen. Loved seeing him go hard to the hoop like that.
Comer takes advantage of a mismatch there. Goes right past Fielder with his quickness for the layup. Might be the first time tonight that the Wolfpack have scored on back-to-back possessions. They've trimmed their deficit down to 16. Here comes Andrews. Hangs off of one leg, a little too strong. Comer pulls it back out, now goes back down low, over to Price, out to the top of the key. He dribbles, spin move, back to the key. What a finish by the redshirt sophomore. And it finally feels like the Wolfpack have got a little momentum going on offense, and Leon Rice quickly calls a timeout to try to quiet Nevada.
Yeah, Nevada's converted on their last 3 possessions, and of course the one that kicked it off was that 3, now a 4-point play for Camper. So Coach Rice just wants to settle things, get his team back in order, and of course break the momentum. That's always a big thing they're trying to do with that 30-second timeout.
6:22 to go in the opening half. Boise State up 32-18. The Broncos coming off a loss against Grand Canyon. They played some really good basketball in the first half. Shot 52% from the floor. Javen Buchanan hit a 3 at the buzzer. They went into the locker room only down 2. But coming out in the second half, they just could not sustain any type of momentum. They shot only 25% from the floor in the second half. Grand Canyon as a team shot nearly 60% as a team. And it was the Lopes that came out with a decisive double-digit victory over the Broncos to sweep the season series. Ball poked away by Price. Here comes Comer. Thinks about a 3, tries a 3, misses. Weems going for the offensive rebound. The officials gather out of bounds off of Weems over to the Broncos. Weems trying to argue that maybe Meadow poked it away. So we get another look here, a turnover. Comer tries the transition 3. Maybe a decent argument by Weems, but it is one he will lose. Boise State will take over.
Well, those timeouts for the challenges are just so risky, especially in the first half. You know, you might want to keep a couple of those in your back pocket. And Coach Alford's already had to use a timeout to try to break momentum for the Broncos. So, again, you can't really begrudge him for not using one there.
Boise State with another offensive rebound. They have more offensive rebounds in this game than Nevada does defensive rebound. Keene again from the corner, proving he's a shooter. And I think Keene just got teed up.
frustrating.
Keene is a fiery player. The Flames burning a little too hot there after he hits the corner three. Turns around, says something to the bench. Don't know what he said. It seemed like it should just be fun and games at this point, but either way, he gets teed up. Camper's going to go to the other end of the court and shoot free throws. Keene proved that he can shoot it, though. Kim, you look at his last 8 games. Heck, we'll rope in the night 2 over his last 9 games. He's 1 of 2 for tonight. But over the last 9 games, he is shooting 50% from 3. Not a huge volume, but he's proven that he can make shots when he's left open.
And, you know, regardless of what he said, you can't do that to the bench. And the official was standing right there in front of Coach Alford. So, again, you don't want to take away the momentum. Broncos just had this great possession, exciting moment. Enjoy that excitement, but just maybe channel the excitement as you're sprinting back on defense.
Spoken like a true coach there, Kim. So Camper makes 1 of 2 free throws. Boise State still leads by 16. Ball poked away. It's Keene immediately impacting the play on the defensive end.
Again, you love the hustle play. Keene knows that was not something he was supposed to be doing on that last one. Went and got the ball back for his team.
Andrews a little lucky there. Gets it over to Meadow. They swing it around. Andrews with it now. He thinks about it. Dumps it down to Pearland. 8 on the clock. An extra pass down low. Probably maybe 1 pass too many.
And in close proximity. That's a tough pass to get through. I think the Nevada bench was hoping for a 3 in the key. It seemed like quite a bit of time down there, both with Aaron's and our post inside.
I guess the result the same either way. A Boise State turnover.
Either way, yes. Again, Keene is just working hard. I don't know if you can see how hard he's chasing Camper, trying to push him off of those screens, realizing how important it is not to give him those open looks.
We talk about that mid-range game. Elijah Price showing off a deep 2. Nevada now back to within 14. They once trailed by 20.
You know, watching any of these games in the Mountain West, I mean, I feel like you can turn it on the last couple of minutes and be expecting a good finish. It's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of parity. There's a lot of upsets. The Mountain West has just been such a quality conference for so long. Dylan
Andrews was looking for a foul after that missed 3. Not going to get it. Another opportunity now for Nevada to get back into this thing. Camper with a nice move into the lane. Nevada back within 12.
Again, smooth. He just elevates, holds. He's just a dynamic scorer, Camper is.
I felt like he's had a quiet half, and he's already got 9 on 3 of 3 shooting.
He has. That's a scary thing.
Already halfway to his season average. And Andrews dribbles in. Weems is going to pick up the foul. That's the 14th foul against Nevada this half. Just 3 minutes and 32 seconds remaining before halftime. Boise State still in control against Nevada. Well, the champs are in the building. The Boise State football team being honored here at ExtraMile Arena. The Broncos go back to back to back to finish out their time in the Mountain West Conference. And, of course, they took down UNLV for the 2nd straight year this year to claim another trophy. You can see Jaden Virgin Morgan, Roger Carrion, and quarterback Maddox Madsen, each hoisting the trophies that they won over the last 3 years in the Mountain West Conference. And I know normally at halftime I'd suggest you go get a beverage, a snack, something like that. You're going to want to hang around at halftime tonight, though, because coming up at the break, Boise State head football coach Spencer Danielson is going to join the broadcast. You won't want to miss it. So far, Boise State hasn't missed much, shooting 56% as a team. But Nevada has caught fire on offense. A slow start has turned into a run where they've made 5 of their last 6. As they've cut their one-time 20-point deficit down to 12. Spencer Aaron's looking for help. It arrives in the form of Andrew Meadow. Can't finish through contact. Meadow tries to keep it alive. Boise State is able to. A fresh 20 on the shot clock. Ahrens gets called for the walk.
That was good hustle by Pearland to keep that ball alive for the Broncos. I think he just had to toss it. Unfortunately, Ahrens gets caught for the travel. But again, Broncos really wanted to really execute on that possession. They have a scoring drought of over 2 minutes right now, especially when Nevada's starting to get their engines warm. So it's really important that they get a stop here.
Boise State defending this thing inside of 10 now on the shot clock. Under 3 to go in the first half. Camper, a free throw jumper, too easy. Camper getting some comfortable looks here late in the first half.
I mean, you talked about not getting him hot, and he has 11 right now, and it does feel like a quiet 11, to be totally honest.
Meadow goes up with it, and he is fouled. He will go to the free throw line. I mean, Kim, a few minutes ago, Boise State was leading this game 30-10.
You know, and you ride those highs. You love them. But basketball is a game of momentum, and momentum can change so fast. So it's important that the Broncos stay going with that same momentum. And when they have these scoring droughts, especially after a dead ball situation, a timeout situation, and we had the whole football team on the court, which is why we were slow to get going again, they have to execute. So the Broncos, they have to keep their foot on the gas. Even though they've got great fans here tonight, and we've got a lot of fans rooting them on for a win tonight against the Wolfpack, it's important that their foot stays on the gas. You do not want to let the door open for the Wolfpack.
That was a late arriving crowd, 7 o'clock tip-off on a Tuesday night, but the lower bowl filling in nicely for Boise State. One of the better home court advantages in the Mountain West in the Leon Rice era. The Broncos have won 82% of their games inside this venue under the guidance of Coach Rice. They create another turnover. Peanut Carmichael dribbles into the lane, tries to finish. A tough left off the window and good.
That was a beautiful hook shot.
My goodness.
I mean, you see floaters. You don't see a lot of hook shots from the guards in the boys in the men's game.
I think that, lately Peanut trying to show off the versatility of his game as a scorer a little bit. He can be a lethal three-point shooter, but the ball not going in at the clip he's accustomed to from behind the arc. Well, right there you see that he can drive. Another nice defensive play by the Broncos. And here comes A.G. Nato over to Carmichael. Hesitates for a second. A little strong off the back end of the iron. It looked like Nato was about to corral another offensive rebound, but it rolls out of bounds off of Boise State.
Love the energy surge, though. I mean, that ball came off of Carmichael's hand, and I thought that was pure the whole time. But Nato, got to credit his effort there. He nearly came up with yet another offensive board, as you said. One
of the coolest coaching matchups in the Mountain West. Leon Rice searching for his 330th career victory as a head coach. Boise State has won at least 20 games in 12 of his previous 15 seasons as a leader. They need to get hot in order to get the 20 this season. They're sitting at 13-9 this year so far. Meanwhile, Steve Alford, it seems like all he does is win 20-plus games. He's done it 20 times in his career. The three from the corner, it's Buchanan over to reject it.
It almost looked like the ball, after Buchanan got the check, it almost looked like it hit the Wolfpack player in the head. Oh, maybe not.
It's going to stay with Nevada. 2 on the shot clock. 1 minute exactly on the game clock. Looking for Camper. The off-balance 3. Gets it to go. Camper has been perfect tonight, folks. 5 of 5 from the floor now.
And that last shot, I mean, that was a thing of beauty. That was over 6'11" Drew Fielder. So Camper, we talked about him early. He's cooking now. Watch out, Broncos.
Boise State with an opportunity to go 2 for 1. It looks like they'll pass on that opportunity. 35 on the game clock, 9 on the shot clock. Over to Keene. He tries to work baseline and is fouled by Comer. That is the 7th team foul against Nevada, so it'll be a 1-and-1 for R.J. Keene, who has only attempted 3 free throws on this season. He's made 2 of them. Keene is such an important piece to this team.
The 3 free throws, though, I mean, we're in February, and this man plays a lot of minutes. This is kind of unusual. He started
22 games, 23 including tonight. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1, so it will be Nevada basketball with a chance to make this
just barely a second, under a second for differential between shot clock, game clock.
Should say a chance for Nevada to cut this thing under double digits. Again, they trailed by 20. Camper for 3. Finally misses well short. Peanut Carmichael going quickly. Heaves it up from just inside half court. It looked good, but it wasn't. Still a solid first half for the Broncos. They build a 39-28 lead over Nevada as the Broncos shoot almost 52% in the first half. A balanced scoring effort for Boise State, who was undefeated this season when holding a halftime lead. We're back at the half after this. Back at the X, it is halftime. Boise State leading 39-28 over Nevada. The Broncos trying to split the season series with the Wolfpack. Alongside Kim Bridges, I'm Jay Tustin. You know, Kim, one thing that makes this Boise State team a little unique compared to the rest of the Leon Rice era, they are super deep. They go 9, 10 players deep. And right now you're seeing the bench win the battle between the benches.
That's right. Carmichael has chipped in 5 important points, nearly had a 3-pointer right there to close the half. Aarons has another 5, and then Parolin has 2, but also some big defensive effort by him as well. So you love to see more guys from the bench getting involved. Just makes you that much more dynamic and that harder to guard. Overall,
Boise State with a 12-2 scoring advantage in bench points as Peanut popping off from 3 right there. As for Nevada, we knew going in that Camper was going to have the target on his back. This is public enemy number 1. And after kind of a slow start where Camper went a few minutes without even attempting a shot, well, you look up, he's got a game-high 14 points on 5 of 6 shooting at halftime, Kim.
He really did. And that shot right there that we're showing on the replay, that's what kind of kicked him off. I mean, he had 2 points previous to that. He has 14 right now. He's just smooth. And I know it's 14, but it still feels like a quiet 14. It definitely has quieted down these fans in ExtraMile Arena. Couple key moments for the Nevada Wolfpack that he's gotten some nice hits.
One of the best players in the Mountain West, undoubtedly, in my opinion, will be a first-team All-Mountain West player, has led his team back into this one as Nevada trails by 11 points. You can see Boise State shooting 52% from the floor. Nevada, as you mentioned, Kim, ranked 9th in the country in 3-point field goal shooting. Right now, only shooting 22%. I think the big stat, though, Boise State plus 10 on the glass right now, Kim.
Oh, man, you know Coach Alford's going to go in and he's going to lead with that because rebounding comes down to heart and hustle and effort. And when you see a discrepancy like that, I know that they are playing in the Broncos home arena, but no coach wants to see a differential like that at halftime.
Well, you know, we are struggling to wrap our heads around this one as the Boise State community mourns the loss of an all-time great. Former Boise State men's basketball coach Bus Connor passed away this weekend at the age of 93. Bus led the Broncos to their very first NCAA tournament appearance back in the 1975-76 season, and Boise State will honor that team with a 50-year reunion a little bit later this month. That will happen on February 21st, but Bus Connor, a Boise State legend, gone at the age of 93. Back at halftime, Boise State with an 11-point lead over Nevada. And joining me on press row right now is the head coach of the Boise State football team, Spencer Daniels. And what do you think of this one so far, Spence?
It's been awesome, man. I think the world of Leon and what he's been able to do year in and year out. And I mean, talk about even first off Bronco Nation. Doesn't matter what time kickoff is, what day of the week. This crowd's been into it. They've been locked in. Just awesome. Proud of how our guys getting 20-point lead at some point in the first half, still up double digit. I mean, proud of how our guys are battling. They're playing hard, and it's been really cool to see.
I think it's always so cool how the basketball team supports the football team. You see the football team here tonight supporting the basketball team. You mentioned your relationship with Leon Rice. How cool is it to have him at your disposal?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about, I mean, one of the most impactful people in this state. I mean, an elite leader, great, phenomenal basketball coach, but even there's so many things that transfer from basketball to football too. I mean, how to have unity, how to be extremely competitive, how to, in this NIL space, how do you create a team? And I lean on a lot. I mean, he's become a really, really close friend of mine. He's an elite competitor. We talk some smack back and forth too, which is really good. And we know a lot of what, you know, this community is, and we love that. Like, we both carry that weight to make sure Bronco Nation is proud of what we do, and it's been really fun to be here tonight.
I follow you guys both pretty close, and I love the fact it's a 2-week streak because you take some stuff from him. The other day at a press conference, he dropped a line from you. It's cool to see it work. Okay, as for your team, how are off-season workouts going?
It's been really good, Jay. I mean, obviously, you know, January is busy, been on the road a lot, recruiting the 27 class. But we were able to early enroll a bunch of our freshmen. So they've been here. They've been going through workouts with Coach Hilgard, our strength staff. We got a really good group of transfers and junior college guys. The right ones, right? That's not a space we're into as much as some. We want to recruit high school kids, find the right ones. Proud of how our guys been battling. I mean, I started out, and I know it's now out there on social media, but I want our guys on the hunt. Like, and I want to make sure they understand that means. Like you need this like the air that you breathe. If you're truly hunting to eat, it's not out there trying to hunt ducks to hang out with your pops on a Saturday afternoon. That's not the hunt we're talking about. We're talking about to survive. And especially at Boise State, 3 straight conference championships, that's not given. Like, you got to earn everything you get in this game and in this life. So he's been proud of I mean, we've been grinding them now. We've been on every little thing they do. They've responded. We got a long way to go.
You bring back a couple of your captains off of last year's team. How important is it to have guys like Jaden Virgin Morgan and Maddox Matson back to lead this team?
It's pivotal, Jay. I mean, those two in particular, and there's other leaders too that are stepping up in a major way, but those two in particular, once again, modeling the way. That's our biggest thing in leadership at Boise State. You better model the way. I should be able to point to every single one of our leaders and say, be and do exactly what those guys are doing. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of seeing other guys step up. I mean, I'm seeing other guys that have played a little bit, really stepping into bigger roles. It's awesome to see.
You know, one guy that I feel like I've seen a little bit on some of those social media posts, Darren Morris. He seems to come with a little bit of fire.
Yeah, Darren's a stud. We call him Demo. I mean, receiver position was one that we knew we just need to continue to push. We got a great group of younger receivers that were coming back. And he's folded himself right into the team. I mean, he's with Maddox all the time and our quarterbacks. Great young man, loves football. Never left the state of Louisiana prior to recruitment, and here he is in Boise, Idaho. This has become his home, and that's just to name one. I mean, I'm excited to really get into these stories of some of our new players as we keep going. It's really cool to see.
He's a phenomenal kid, though. Bronco Nation is going to love his story. Talking about some of the incoming true freshmen, right? You bring in over half of your class mid-semester, something super unique. It shows their commitment. Sometimes it seems like Coach B, they're here early, but seeing a couple of those guys, they have quickly realized this is no longer high school. How beneficial is that to do that right now in the offseason?
It's pivotal, Jay. I mean, especially for us, we're a developmental football team, right? We need the more time we have with them, the better. And especially, we signed 29 high school kids this year. That's more than I think anybody in the country. You have to check me on that, Jay, stat me.
Okay,
but it's one of those things, like, we recruit high school kids because then maybe they play as freshmen, but especially when they're sophomores and juniors, they're some of the best players in the country. So getting them here early, and I'll tell you one thing, they're in the furnace now. I mean, some of them got the 10,000-yard stare, and I'm like, hey, we're going to get through this. Yeah. This is one of the hardest things you've ever been through. But I'm proud of them. I mean, there's guys stepping up in a major way. I mean, we got 3 kids from the state of Idaho, too. I mean, Rashawn Jones, Rowan Rupp, Ryan Brecky. Studs. And, I mean, Rashawn Jones, I've been joking with him like, hey, because he's been doing such a great job. Like, I got to be in your life to keep you humble. because you've been hitting the ground running just like everybody has.
I'm going to get you out of here on this one, Spencer, because Boise State is all about tradition, right? The guys in the past that helped build this thing up. One guy that said goodbye this year is Cage Casey.
Yeah.
Boise State is the only Group of 6 program with an early entrant into this NFL draft. What does that mean for your program?
Yeah, first, I'm so excited for Cage. I mean, he's earned it. I mean, and I think it shows to the development that we do here. I mean, and we show those examples to recruits. Hey, you want to be a first-round draft pick? Here's Ashton Genty. You want to be, a top pick in the NFL draft at offensive line, defense, whatever it is. We have players to actually show these examples. We're not selling players on anything. We're just showing them examples. I think Cage Case is a perfect example. Came to us at 270 pounds and look at what he's been able to grow and develop into. That's what we do at Boise State.
Just wrapped up the Senior Bowl, the Super Bowl this week. Spring ball right around the corner. The head coach of your Boise State football team, Spencer Danielson. Thanks for swinging by.
Thanks, Jay. God bless you guys. Bronco Days, you're the best. Love you.
The second half from ExtraMile Arena coming up next. Yeah, he is back inside ExtraMile Arena. We are about to start the second half between Nevada and Boise State. A solid showing by the Broncos, but Nevada charging hard into halftime as they've cut the deficit down to 11. Corey Camper has been everything for them with a game-high 14 points. Comer comes off the curl and hits a jumper. First time in a while that Nevada has been within single digits. How do the Broncos respond? They're going to double Fielder. He's looking for help. Goes down to Buchanan. The pass not strong enough. Nevada forces a turnover.
Already Nevada's looking a little more cohesive than they did in the first half.
In and out, but Camper with the offensive rebound.
Camper, that's some athleticism. Pirouette in the air, turn around and get that finish. Again, very smooth. 16 points for him now.
Buchanan with the three. Javen answers back. Boise State's lead back out to double digits. The Broncos needed that one, Kim. Felt like the arena going a little quiet, and finally the Broncos respond.
They definitely did, and Javen, so smooth, catch, collect, and this is something nice happening for the Broncos as well.
And now it's Boise State that forces a turnover. Andrews into the lane, ball poked away.
I think he got tripped up mid-lane, caught somebody's foot or ankle as he was going. He did such a nice job weaving through defenders. I mean, it doesn't look like there's a gap there, but watch him slice and dice, creating something. He was looking for Fielder, I think, on a kick, but got tripped up before that.
That foul's going to go against Weems. Nobody really in foul trouble for either team. Weems has 2, Comer has 2, Coleman has 2. And they're actually going to send Andrews to the free throw line on that one.
I thought he might have been in the act of passing, not shooting, but
okay.
Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Boise State will absolutely take it as DA knocks down the free throw attempt. He now has 7 points to go along with 4 assists, only 1 turnover. Transfer out of UCLA has had some up and down moments, but talking with the Boise State coaching staff this week, they said, hey, we've seen this guy's ceiling. We know what he can be. During their recent 4-game winning streak, he was outstanding, and the coaching staff said through it all, he is one of the best teammates on the roster.
You love to hear about that. You love to hear seniors that are doing that late in their career. Of course, having a player that does it their entire career is even better, but Broncos just getting him now for his senior season, and he's definitely making an impact.
Oh, it looked like Boise State was going to come away and force another turnover, but they're going to say it's a kicked ball for the Broncos. Boise State pleading their case right now. You can see Comer trying to set up Price.
I think it did hit Fielder's foot on there.
So 20 on the shot clock for Nevada. Comes Comer driving in from the corner. The pass over to Lowry. Off the mark. Fielder rips it out of the sky. Just under 18 minutes to go. A.G. Nato with some early second half action for the Broncos. Javen Buchanan trying to back his man down. Again, a double team comes. He was looking for Fielder, but it goes right out of bounds. Another turnover for the Broncos. So Nevada kind of effectively doubling Boise State, not able to find answers.
Yeah, the last two possessions, I mean, they doubled Fielder in the corner, and this last time was Javen. You know, you hate to see that turn into a turnover. Instead, if I'm the player that's not being guarded, move into open space. Use your voice. Find a way to get that ball out and to contain your possession.
Another ball poked away, but it gets down to Price. Price back out to Comer. Pump fakes, drives in, mid-range jumper, rolls off the rim. King goes up to get a rebound, and it's Lowry that delivers the blow. And he gets whistled for the foul.
Good battle by Keene. I think that's just an unfortunate drop of the hand by Lowry. Nothing malicious at all. Just going for just basketball play.
Yeah, Keene wouldn't have it any other way. If he doesn't leave the game with a bloody nose or a black eye, he probably asked himself if he even played that night.
See Meadows down there working hard in the post.
And Nevada's done a pretty good job of limiting Meadows' shots. Only has 2 of them. As Nato's a little short from 3. That was a storyline we talked about earlier. They need to increase Meadows' shot volume, especially when you consider how efficient he's been at shooting the basketball lately.
Yeah, I mean, they have him down for just taking 2 shots in the game right now. Both of his points are coming from the free throw line. So, again, the Broncos are very successful when he takes 9 or more shots. Buchanan
trying to guard Camper. Camper fades away and connects again.
Camper's putting on a clinic.
Wow.
I mean, this is a highlight reel, and we aren't even past the 16-minute mark.
I mean, he's 7 of 8 from the floor, and it's not like you're shooting layups, folks. Every shot appears like it's contested. He's got 18 points, a game high. He has already eclipsed his season average. Ball poked away. Fielder somehow gets it back. It is still loose, and it's Comer that gets called for the foul.
I don't know how Fielder managed to get that ball back. I mean, he started to lose it almost at the free throw line area, and somehow, watch here, he loses it, pretty high in the lane, and he's got 3 guys on him trying to get a piece. Nevada's trying to plead their case. I don't blame them. That's a tough way to get a foul right there.
Relentless effort. I think it's the Wolfpack coaching staff that's maybe arguing who that foul was assigned to. It is going to go against Comer, his 3rd foul. He plays a lot of minutes for the Wolfpack, one of their best players. We mentioned how Matt Meadow had a lack of shots. Kind of forces one up there in the lane and misses. Comer back quickly. Over to Camper. It's good to get the ball in his hands. He gives it up to Price. Oh, a nice look down low. Nevada can't finish, though. A little too strong from White.
Excellent job by Buchanan, though, walling up. I mean, literally went vertical. No foul there.
Here comes Meadow back the other way. Meadows' first made field goal of the night stretches the Bronco lead back out to 12. Price going strong downhill, runs into the body of Buchanan, and it's Buchanan that eventually picks up the foul. Well, the 2 teams trading blows right now, but Boise State with the latest answer, and it comes from Andrew Meadow. The Broncos up by 12. You know, Javen Buchanan recently told me in terms of stats, I could care less. All I want to do is win and be a consistent leader. Well, I guess, Kim, it's nice when the stats also come along with a 12-point lead over a rival.
You love that. You love hearing that out of a senior. You know, Javen had 9 points in the first half, 3 of 5, but he was 0 of 2 from behind the arc. He comes out and pops a 3 when the first couple of possessions for the Broncos. So you like to see him getting his game rolling in the second half. Broncos are going to need him to continue that offensive output to be successful here.
I was talking with Boise State assistant coach Max Teams earlier this week. He said that Javen is the leader of this team. He is a real rock as an individual. Last year he had some up and down moments. This year he's been more consistent with increased production. He also said that Javen's kind of the safety blanket when everyone else is struggling. And, you know, another thing that Javen's had to deal with this year is being the #1 target on opponent scouting reports. I'm sure the man at the free throw line can identify with that. Elijah Price, again, just has worn out a path to the charity stripe this season. Misses that free throw attempt, but he is averaging over 7 free throw attempts per game this year. He's also coming off an effort where he had 22 points against rival UNLV in a win back on Friday. He went 14 of 15 at the free throw line, also grabbed 11 rebounds. Misses both. Ball poked away. It's Camper. It looked like he was going to corral that, but it bounces out of bounds. Let's see, Javen Buchanan's over there as well, and actually they're going to call Buchanan with the foul.
That's just unfortunate. Buchanan really sold out for that, and I think he landed. I think his head actually landed on Camper's leg. A little bit of a dangerous play. Again, not malicious or intentional. Yeah, I mean, both guys are grimacing a little bit after that, I think.
The fans do not like that call. It is what it is, though. The corner three, no good. Carmichael with a rebound. Nevada now just 2 of 12 from 3. Meadow taking it strong, gets to the free throw line.
You like that. Meadow realized we had an open side here. Everybody else was flooding onto the left side of the floor, so realized he had a one-on-one take. Good opportunity by him. Got down to that, we call that the special spot, collected himself and got Price to foul him. So that helps the Broncos in 2 ways. Number 1, gets Meadow to the free throw line. Number 2, gives one of the better Nevada players another foul.
It's been cool to see Andrew Meadow grow and mature. 2 off seasons ago, Kim, he had a goal of getting up 50,000 shots. Now, he checked the box and did that. This last offseason, he worked with assistant coach Lexus Williams. They wanted to have focused and more intentional game-like reps. So you know what they did? They cut that number in half, and man, has it paid off with Andrew shooting 56% overall, including almost 43% from 3.
I love that. You know, the work you put in the unseen hours is what we call that. The work you put in the unseen hours. That one was seen.
Elijah Price forcing us to see that one on the highlight reel.
Yes, but those unseen hours are so important. But, you know, it's not how many minutes you're spending in the gym. It's not even how many shots you're taking. It's, okay, how high intensity are we taking these shots? And are they game-like shots? Are they game speed? And that was a game speed shot right there by Dylan Andrews. Nice 3 by him. His second of the night.
Dylan Andrews, nothing but the bottom. He's got 11 points. The second Bronco into double figures, joining Javen Buchanan, who has a game high or a team high 12. Every time Nevada just kind of chips away, Boise State has an answer, but back comes Camper bombing away from 3. He's got 21 points.
And the crowd got a little quiet there after that last one as well.
Camper and Price have combined for 33 of Nevada's 39 points. I mean, those two have carried this team all season long, but they're usually a little more balanced. An off-balance 3, in and out. Spencer Aarons begging for the 4-point play. Instead, he's going to get 3 free throws out of it. He's got such a high release. In order to go up and contest that thing, it is so difficult.
I mean, Spencer Aarons stands at 6'10", and with that high release, there's not a lot of people that are going to get a piece of that shot. So compliments to him to catch ready, shoot in rhythm, and boy, that was halfway down and then out.
He is such a talented player. They view him as, when he's on the floor, he can be really a hub for this offense. Get this, Kim. During film earlier this week, he was actually watching it with the point guards. They were going back in the archive, observing guys like John Stockton, and you're like, man, this guy's 6'9". What's he doing in that meeting, right? Well, they really believe he's that type of passer. The coaches actually called him a unicorn. He really sees the game in an awesome way. He can score, but he can also really facilitate.
And to have that ability as a freshman, I mean, huge upside for the future for the Broncos.
Averaging almost 6 points per game, shooting at just under 70% from the free throw line. He makes 2 of 3. as Boise State's lead back out to 13 with a little over 13 minutes to go in the game.
Coach Rice is not going to like that call. I think Coach Rice wanted to see a moving screen, and instead the Broncos are going to get nabbed for this call here. Yeah, that's not enough. That's not enough for a whistle, in my opinion.
I would love to know how much Corey Camper runs in a game. My goodness, this guy, he seriously cannot miss. He is now 9 of 10, 24 points.
So he missed once, Jay.
I guess he missed once. I'm sorry. Good point.
Yeah, but the running, I mean, for real, when you watch him, if you catch him the next couple of possessions, the man's just moving sideline to sideline. That's a nice finish by Parolin there. A little bully basketball for the Broncos.
Parolin's pretty good at that.
Again, watch Camper. He starts in that right corner.
And here he
running
goes.
off his post. Huge screen. Yep. And Carmichael's going to get called for that. He ran right through. You know, when that post player is set, you can't chest him and run right through him. You got to evade them. And so that's an easy call for the official. It's right in front of him.
I'm going to try to redeem myself here, Kim. Camper is 4 of 4 this half.
Okay, well, okay, fair. I'll give you that.
I mean, without him, I don't even know where Nevada would be right now. I mean, you could say this game, but probably this season, 24 points. He is absolutely cooking.
Well, remember, 32 was a career high against UNLV, so he's not there yet, but boy, is he on the way.
12 and a half minutes ago, he is closing in. Spencer Aarons comes over and rejects the shot attempt quickly the other way. Meadow goes up, but it's Weems that gets back. Maybe a little contact, they play on. Weems credited with the block. Here comes Camper, guarded by Aarons. Back out top to Price. Over to Rawlinson. And another whistle away from the ball as Camper continues
The crowd's really letting them have it
to rack
now.
up the miles. And yeah, you can see it. The crowd does not like this, Kim. What do you see here as Spencer Aarons comes over for a little bit of help
I
off
see
the
a
weak
lot of
side?
contact here. Yeah, I see a run through. I mean, I see Andrew Meadows' right hand go slamming forward, and then, you know, the Broncos are doing whatever they can to try to make things tougher on Camper, and so they're trying to come off really tight on those screens and try to create a little bit of space. But there's another great screen by him.
A rare miss by Camper, only his second of the night. I'll say this, by the way, that last foul against Boise State, the 6th team foul against the Broncos. So with 12 minutes to go in this game, Nevada will be at the free throw line the rest of the way. That recent foul will go against the Wolfpack. Boise State still clinging to a 12-point lead against the Wolfpack. Well, Corey Camper has been everything for the Nevada Wolfpack tonight. A game-high 24 points, Kim, on 9 of 11 shooting.
I mean, talking with the Bronco coaches before the game, they wrote down and talked about how being contested is not good enough against Camper. And the proof is in the pudding here. You can obviously see that. It's hard, though. I mean, you can't run this guy off the three-point line, because if you do that, you're giving him some great opportunities in the mid-range, and he has been terrific in the mid-range today. Again, just missing 2 shots and actually making more field goals than the rest of his team combined.
You're exactly right. He's got 24 points. The rest of his teammates tonight have 18 points. He's 9 of 11 from the field. His teammates are 8 of 28 from the field. That's a 28.6 shooting percentage. Man, Corey Camper has kept his team in the game tonight. Dominic Parolin set up beautifully by Dylan Andrews. The hoop and the arm for the big fella.
Oh, nice little finish. Had the double pump in the air, evade, and come across the other side of the rim. Nice finish by Parolin.
Ooh, a little flex by Parolin, too.
You like that?
He's a pretty quiet kid, doesn't say a lot, but showing off the muscles right there, deservingly so, as he hits the three-point play. He's got 7 points. Boise State and their lead is back out to 15. They've really had an answer every time that Nevada kind of tries to make a little run, Kim.
Again, you see the Broncos communicating. You hear Keene yelling at Meadow. Cutter's coming through. They want to make sure they know where Camper is every single moment.
Another block by Aarons. You can see Bailey trying to work the fadeaway against the 6'9" Canadian, but he turns him away. It will be Nevada basketball with 2 on the shot clock.
And take that first part of the shot clock as a victory for the Broncos. You know, somebody other than Camper's taking shots. That was a good look that the Broncos were able to block. 2 shots up in the shot clock, and Camper has it.
Boise State did everything to prevent Camper from getting the ball right there. He still somehow ducks his way under Spencer Aarons, and the coaching staff for Boise State is just flabbergasted as Camper makes another 3. Just kind of hands in the air.
When Camper hit that last one, I don't know how many people in the arena. I just saw head and hands, just dumbfounded gazes all across the board. Oh, that's unfortunate. They're calling Meadow for that one there, I think, on the moving.
Okay, so Nevada trying again. Comer fouled, makes it the layup, and he's going to go to the free throw line. And now here comes Nevada again. They just keep swinging, Kim.
You know, I really looking forward to seeing that replay. It looked like a touch foul from here, especially compared to how physical it's been. I don't see that as, I mean, needing to have a 3-point play. I mean, maybe a little bit of early contact as he was starting to enter the lane, but I don't know if the officials are bothered by the raucous crowd. It doesn't seem that Nevada is.
Comer true at the free throw line. Okay, a 9-point game as a quick 6-0 run by Nevada in just 22 seconds has cut their deficit down under double digits.
Broncos really need to execute on this possession. That will get momentum going back in their favor.
Meadow just kind of forces one up with 2 bodies on him.
And we're shooting here. That's, I think if they're going to nab Fielder for this, trying to slap at the ball. And with the fouls, I mean, we're in a bonus.
That is a tough one. Like I said, that's the 8th team foul. So, you know, Boise State just fighting for a loose ball, picks up a foul 90 feet from the hoop. And we're going to trot the other way, and it's going to be free throws for Nevada.
And Nevada, up until this point, they've been 5 of 9 from the free throw line. You know, which you think, okay, bonus, maybe that's not so bad. But if they're going to be shooting for the rest of this half, that makes a big difference.
Wow.
We have a violation on that?
We do.
Oh, man, costly.
So now they reset for a 1-and-1. Bailey doesn't miss a lot at the free throw line. He's a great free throw shooter. He's going to get a chance to tack on 2 more. Makes that one. A violation one against Drew Fielder, I believe.
Again, just giving another opportunity to a team that's starting to get warm, starting to get hot. I know the Broncos still hold the lead, but nothing secure until the final buzzer in Mountain West basketball. In
and out by Bailey. Still Nevada within 8, which is as close as this game has been since probably be at the middle, if not earlier, of the first half. Buchanan, it rolls off the front end. Now Nevada with it. Comer up over half court. Camper to Comer, back to Comer. A step back 3, and he hits. And Leon Rice wants to talk it over with his team as Nevada, once down 20, has clawed their way back. They are now down only by 5 as Comer with a big bucket for the Wolfpack. Well, this game has really turned in a hurry. Boise State, just over a minute ago, led by 15. But Nevada is on a 10-0 run. They've made their last 3 field goals, and now we have a 5-point contest between the Wolfpack and the Broncos.
Nevada's hit some big shots. They've also gotten some calls going in their favor. And the Broncos have been attacking, just haven't been getting the ball to fall for them. So, again, this is another one of those situations. Broncos are on their heels. This possession is very crucial to them to, gain their momentum, their confidence back.
So how do the Broncos answer? It's been a season where their resiliency has been tested. Can they respond here? They're going to try to do so with Fielder back out top to Andrews. 14 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Over to Fielder, goes to work, kicks it to the corner. Andrew Meadow, in and out from 3.
Thought that was good. Nice look though. I like the in and out. I like the distribution from Fielder. And again, Meadow catches that shot in rhythm. He's a great shooter. It's a good opportunity. I think we're going to get goaltending on that one.
Comer taking it strong. He was guarded by Nato, but coming over, it is Fielder that commits the goaltending. A good call. And now it is a 3-point game.
Almost feels like the air's gotten sucked out of the arena just a little bit, and you can see the tightness in some of the faces of the Broncos. Again, a lot of game left to play.
See if the Broncos can get the ball to Buchanan at some point in time here. I know they like to do that when things are a little scrambled. Another solid defensive possession, and it's Dylan Andrews who's going to take it. He finishes with the left as the shot clock winds down.
That was a nice finish by Andrews. I mean, again, he nearly lost it near the 3-point line, but good job by him. His team really needed that bucket.
That quiets a 12-0 run for Nevada. Here comes Camper, guarded by Meadow, lines it in off the front of the rim. Somehow the Wolfpack still come away with it. It's going to be an open look for Weems, and he connects.
Weems has been pretty quiet tonight. Those are actually his first points of the game. Now we're seeing some spreading around of the scoring for the Wolfpack. So again, the Broncos, very important. They are executing and doing their better job on defense.
Weems, a junior out of Federal Way High School, transferred from North Idaho College. It's actually the same place that James Webb III, a standout from Boise State, once played. Another
Beautiful
look at
campus
this one.
at North Idaho College. Coeur d'Alene.
It's awesome up there.
There aren't a lot of campuses where they have a dock actually right there on the campus. It's a pretty nice feature, I would think.
Meadow misses the first free throw. He gets another here. 18 fouls for Nevada. Boise State's going to be shooting free throws the rest of the way, too. Second free throw attempt is up and good. Boise State's lead back out to 3 as we got a good one here at the X. The Broncos 7-3 at home this season. Nevada 4-3 out on the road. Another step back 3 by Comer, and we got a tie game with under 8 minutes to go.
And that's the second time that Comer has done a really good job stepping off his player, creating space, and giving himself plenty of time to collect and shoot. 2 beautiful looks by him in this half.
Andrews gets it down low to Fielder. He gets fouled. He will be at the free throw line when we come back. But what a ball game between these two rivals. We knew it was going to be a good one. An 18-3 run by Nevada has leveled this thing up. We got a good one. You know, Boise State did a pretty good job defensively in the first half, really limiting all of the scoring, it seemed like, to one player in Corey Camper. But you fast forward here to the second half, the Wolfpack Kim are shooting 57% overall. They are 6 of 10 from 3. Points per possession, 1.6 for the Wolfpack this half. That is a astronomical number.
You know, that's a way to get back into a ball game right there, especially in a tough environment like ExtraMile Arena. Right now, Nevada's on an 18-3 run over the last 3.5 minutes. So the Broncos have to settle a little bit. Again, there's 7.5 minutes plus left on the game clock. This is no time to panic. There's no time to get tight. Just concentrate on scoring and stopping. Simple as that.
I will say Nevada's done a really good job on the defensive glass this half. In the first half, Boise State had 7 offensive rebounds. This half, they have 0 offensive rebounds. Kim, right before halftime, you said, yeah, Coach Alford's going to make that a talking point.
Oh, yes.
I'm guessing he addressed that.
I like how you said addressed. I think he may have vehemently addressed that.
Comer, a heat check is good. Nevada from down 20, now leads by 1.
3 of his three-pointers, 3 of 6, all in this half, and he's got confidence right now. So Broncos have got to do something. Camper, we don't want to say he's gone away. He's still very much around, but Comer is definitely helping him out in the scoring column.
Fuller takes it top of the key over to Meadow. 6 on the shot clock. The Broncos got to go to work. A deep 3 by Meadow. He misses, and here comes Comer. A bounce pass down low. Price has been quiet this half. Air balls the layup attempt. Boise State with the rebound. Here comes Andrews working to his left. Off the window and in, and Leon Rice is going to take a quick timeout with 6:26 remaining in the game as the Broncos go back in front by 1.
Sometimes people question a timeout in that situation. I mean, Broncos just had a great score. Andrews, tough finish here with the left hand. But I like this timeout by Rice. You know, he can feel that the momentum has been swaying into the way of the Nevada Wolfpack. And now all of a sudden his team is getting a couple of good opportunities. You want to kind of capture that for a moment, get them reset. Maybe he's going to throw something different on the defensive end. I think that last possession he was showing a little bit of a zone look. So this is a good opportunity for the Broncos to hopefully keep momentum in their favor.
Rice so often knows how to press the right buttons. He's a 2-time Mountain West regular season champ, a 2-time coach of the year in this league. He's taken to the Broncos to 5 NCAA tournaments. And he's closing in on the title of Mr. Mountain West, in my opinion. He has 163 career wins in this conference. That is the second most all-time. He is only 5 behind San Diego State legendary head coach Steve Fisher. I'll say this too, somewhere on that list, Steve Alford is also lurking. Not too far behind Coach Rice. Comer spins into the lane, a rare mistake for Nevada this half as they turn it over. Just their second turnover of this half.
And then the Broncos nearly turned that back over as well. Collective sigh of relief for everyone in the arena.
Buchanan for 3. Parolin with the rebound. Perfect positioning by the 5th-year senior. He gathers it, puts it back up and in.
Perfect positioning, but also balance. I mean, he caught that, had to hold it with one hand until he could bring his shooting hand back on the ball. Well done by Parolin.
And now Bronco Nation leaning into this one. Many of the fans here rising up off their seats, encouraging the Broncos to get a stop. Camper's going to take a tough step back 3, an air ball out of bounds. And you can hear Bronco Nation letting Nevada star player know about it.
One of the few errant misses that we're going to see out of Camper. And, I mean, credit to R.J. Keene. He ran out there and got a hand up at the very end, making that a little bit more difficult, trying to contest a little bit more. Yeah, the Broncos need more of that in order to continue to have success against the Wolfpack.
Back-to-back buckets, back-to-back stops. Can the Broncos continue to add to their lead? Some contact down low. No call. It's going to be Nevada pushing with numbers. Weems takes it baseline. And Javen Buchanan is going to get called for the foul.
That's a tough foul. That's going to be Buchanan's 3rd, I believe. You know, again, this is such a physical game. It's just hard to see where the line is drawn on what we're going to call it. It looked to me that Buchanan cut him off decently. I mean, a little bit of body on the lower body, but nothing more than we've seen both sides of the ball all game long.
So Weems goes to the free throw line. He's got 3 points and a rebound tonight. The lefty off the front end, off the backboard, and down. attempt. And it's good. Back to a 1-point ball game with just under 5 minutes to go. Andrews was looking for Buchanan down low. Good job by Camper to deny that pass, though. Now it's Andrews that hands it off to Buchanan. He's got 7 on the shot clock. He takes it to his left, loses control. Camper gathers. He's into the open court, and it'll be 2 easy bucket points the other way for the Wolfpack.
That clock was burning down. Buchanan was trying to make something happen. You know, ideally, you want to see some attack to the rim previous to the final 5 seconds of the shot clock.
Boise State's done a good job of limiting those fast break points today. Just the 3rd and the 4th fast break point for the Wolfpack. They go back in front by 1.
I really like watching Andrews with the ball. He's so savvy in how he moves his shoulders. He's able to get a step on his defender there, and he did a nice job of getting Rollison into a foul situation.
It's the first free throw attempt. Best free throw shooter on the Broncos this season. 87.5% and going up. Averaging almost 12 points per game, over 3 rebounds per game. And you can see tonight, 16 points, make it 17 points. One of his finest performances in Mountain West Conference play, donning the blue and orange. He'll check out for now as we approach a media timeout. Just over 4 minutes to go in the game. Boise State once up by 20, now leads by 1. Camper guarded by Keene, gets 2 defenders off their feet and misses, and it's Parolin with a tough rebound, but Camper steals it back and lays it up and in. Camper just ripped it out of Parolin's hands.
Parolin took some contact on the way down, and I think he was sort of losing his footing. That's a nice recovery by Parolin down on the other end. But back to that other play, I mean, he had 4 Wolfpack players around him, and Camper just grabbed it right out of his hand, as you said.
Back and forth we go. Parolin answers back with a bucket for the Broncos. 71-69. Camper loses it. Regains possession. Bailey, 7 on the shot clock. Fade away over Keene. It is long, and it is once again Parolin just battling on the boards.
Parolin is working down there. I mean, he has just been kicking some major butt on the rebounding. I love to see the physicality by him.
Talk about physicality. Jaden Buchanan dribbling into the lane, delivering the blow, but he's going to go to the free throw line after this one. Parolin with a big bucket. The Broncos go back in front at ExtraMile Arena. Boise State brought in Don Parolin prior to last season. Spent the year redshirting as he recovered from an injury, but man, he has been an immovable object here in the second half. Kim, 11 points, 5 of 5 shooting tonight.
So visible. I mean, look at that. That's an athletic move for the big guy. You gotta love that. And then rebounding. Watch this. I mean, how impressive is that? Holds off his guy with one hand, grabs the rebound with the second, and then collects and gets a good finish. So, big fan of Parolin.
11 points to go along with 9 rebounds. I mean, this is one of his best games as a Bronco. The 11 points, 2 shy of a season high. The 9 rebounds, 1 shy of a season high. Had his lone double-double of the year against Nevada down in Reno.
I don't know if you can see on his jersey, he's got some blood on his jersey. I mean, the man's out there working perfect 5 for 5 from the field. You love that out of your senior 6-year player.
He's 5 of 5 from the field. Javen Buchanan is 5 of 5 at the free throw line. He's up to 14 points. Boise State leads by 3. second half. 18 points on the day, 16 here in the second half. Pearland out on the perimeter guarding Price. And with Comer taking off towards the baseline, Pearland slips and fouls him.
The Broncos have been playing such awesome defense for 21 seconds of that possession. Just doing a great job with those ball screens and those handoffs. You hate to see the bailout foul in that situation again. Pearland slipped. I think that's why the foul occurred. It wasn't him reaching for the ball. But good effort by them for the first 21 seconds of that shot.
Tayshawn Comer hits the free throw attempt. He has just been simply outstanding tonight. His season high is 24 points. He had 24 at Washington State and 24 against the Broncos in Reno earlier this year.
And he's made his last 5 shots. So again, you talk about the hot hand. I mean, we've been talking about Camper a whole lot, but Comer, he's right there as well.
Comer with 20. 3 of 3 at the free throw line. He's got 3 threes.
This half.
All this half, you're right. Can the Broncos get this one across the finish line? 2 minutes to go. They lead by 1 with the ball. 6 on the shot clock. Fielder sets a screen for Buchanan. He's going to put up the 3 and hit. Big shot by Buchanan. Boise State goes back up by 4.
And this is how you get a crowd back into it. People are on their feet right now. This is what they need to get a big defensive stop. This is an important possession for the Broncos.
One of the biggest shots of the season for Boise State. The game was in balance and Buchanan hits a 3. How does Nevada respond? Weeks that somehow is able to save that one from going out of bounds. A lot of contact down low. Price is going to go to the free throw line.
Fielder came over to double in that situation, and we didn't have the helper drop, which is too bad. He was able to get the pass out to his teammate down there, and Price makes good on that opportunity.
Price has been somewhat quiet this half. 0 for 2 at the free throw line. Only 2 points since coming out of the locker room. He had 10 points in the first half. Makes that free throw. Which makes it a 1-possession game. Misses the second. It'll remain a 3-point advantage for Boise State. Both teams in the double bonus.
Again, crucial possession for the Broncos. Both coaches have plenty of timeouts in their back pocket. There's a lot of basketball left in this game. I know there's just a minute left, but you want to make sure this is a good shot.
Buchanan was begging for the ball on the block. Instead, Boise State goes the other way with it. Andrews back over to Keene. A tough 3. Probably not the shot Boise State was looking for. They do burn some time off the clock. Nevada with a chance to tie or climb to within 1. They will call a timeout with 44.1 seconds remaining on the game clock.
I like the fact that the Broncos used most of that clock, but again, not that Keene is a bad shooter in the corner, but that was a tough fadeaway, one leg back type of shot. You want something better when you're looking at one of your final possessions of the game.
During a 10-0 run, there was a point in time where Nevada actually made 7 out of their last 8 field goal, or 7 out of 8 field goal attempts. They've gone a little quiet lately, though. They haven't actually scored a field goal in about 3 minutes.
That's right, but they have been getting to the free throw line. So that is an advantage for the team that's behind. You get a chance to put some points on the board, and the clock stops for you. So that is when you can do a lot of different things with the game.
When it comes to foul trouble, there isn't a player on either team with more than 3. However, Boise State has 4 players with 3. Buchanan, Nato, Carmichael, and Fielder all have been tagged with 3 fouls. Coleman and Comer have 3 fouls for the Wolfpack.
And timeouts, we're looking at 1 left for the Broncos, 1 left for Nevada. Again, that can come into play as well. In the women's game, the timeout's so important at the end of the game to call a timeout and advance the ball. Men's game do not have that advantage, but still, really important possession here for Nevada.
Price and Camper barely left the floor. Each have played almost 37 minutes tonight. A big possession for Nevada, down 3. They find an open look for Camper, and he misses. Buchanan with the rebound, and Nevada will foul. There was about a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, but off the miss, Buchanan is able to corral the rebound, and Nevada immediately fouls him.
That was a nicely designed play by Coach Alford. A little bit of an elevator screen. Keene almost got burned on that. He tried to go and cut through the gap, and Camper flared. So that was a good opportunity for Nevada.
A big free throw as Buchanan pushes it out to a 2-possession game.
Really important the Broncos don't have a foolish foul here on the foul line. I'd be talking with those players who are on the foul line, making sure that they're aware of that. Now it's time to play some solid D. Let's see what the Broncos have.
Bronco Nation charging up ExtraMile Arena. A bucket quickly back the other way by Price, and it's Alford that will use his final timeout. Down 3 with 27 seconds remaining.
And you're going to expect full court pressure here by Alford. They've got to try to get a deflection, steal, tip. Possession arrow is actually going in favor of the Broncos. So that changes things. But if the ball does get in, I mean, with 27 seconds, you could try to go ahead and apply that pressure maybe until it gets across half. He knows his guys better than I do. But at that point, you got to foul. You got to make sure that you're elongating this game.
You look at the guys on the court right now for Boise State: Andrews, Keene, Meadow, Fielder, and Buchanan. All of these guys fairly decent at the free throw line. All of them right around 70%. I will say, if there's any guy that you might aim to foul, it would be Keene, as he's only attempted 4 free throws this season.
Coach Burns there getting some final words of wisdom into his guys. I love it.
I say that, by the way. Boise State is +9 when Keene is on the court tonight. That's a team best when it comes to plus-minus. It's going to be Keene to inbound it, as he does so often in these situations. He runs the baseline, goes back to Fielder, tosses it over to Buchanan. The Broncos got to get this ball into the front court. They toss it up, ball poked away. Somehow it's Buchanan that comes away with a dangerous pass. Culver was so close to gathering that. Nevada did everything they wanted to right there. They just couldn't quite finish the play. I mean, Andrews had to throw that pass probably, or Boise State was going to get called for a 10-second.
They were. I think Buchanan was so expecting the foul to come that he sort of just he caught it and was expecting to get hit.
As you said, though, there's enough time that they could do that.
There's a lot of time. Even with these made free throws, again, Buchanan sank the first one there. Looks like Coach Rice is trying to bring in a sub, get his defensive set. Bringing back Parolin, who's been so good on the boards. So right now, it's time to go for Nevada. 16 seconds. They got to score quick, and then they're looking for a quick foul.
Javen Buchanan, 9 and 9 at the free throw line. Those 9 makes a career high. He's got 21 points. Comer trying to go quickly over to Weems. The shot contested by Buchanan, but it's Weems that hits.
And Coach
no
Alford
timeouts
is
for
out
Nevada.
of timeouts, exactly. Buchanan can run the baseline here on a made basket, so getting the ball in, and then they need a foul immediately.
Nevada Probably took a little too much time right there.
That's at least, I think, 2 seconds off the clock more than you wanted to see expire. I don't know if they were hoping they were going to get a trap there, but that's a dangerous risk for Nevada.
All I'll say is that, you know, if anything, if you foul Dylan Andrews, he's an 88% free throw shooter. Meadow has been outstanding his whole career, but he is under 70% this season. And the first free throw attempt in a 2-point game barely grazes the front end.
Okay, this is the big one, though, right? This makes it a 3-point game.
He misses. Elijah Price with the rebound. Nevada's going to have a shot here. Comer gets off the floater. It goes, and we head to overtime. Andrew Meadow goes 0 for 2 at the free throw line. Comer pushes quickly, and with the shot hanging in the air and no time on the clock, it goes down through the cylinder. The coaches, or excuse me, the refs are going to review it, but without a doubt, in my opinion, Comer got it off, and we are headed to overtime.
It's so tough in the final moments again after that miss by Meadow. You know, you as a player, you have to keep playing until you hear the horn. I think players get so tentative. They're so worried about fouling that they forget, oh yeah, I should play defense. I think that was much too easy of a look for Comer. And now we've got some bonus basketball that we're going to go into. That shot was definitely off in time.
Boise State was up 20. I shouldn't have assumed that this game would go quietly into the night. What a contest. What a battle we've had here in the second half, particularly. 6 lead changes, 3 ties. The last tie, a shot hit by Comer, a running floater that ties this thing up at 79 all, and we go to overtime.
And this is tough. You know, Nevada just hit that last shot. They've got momentum back in their favor. We've seen that pendulum swing back and forth. The Broncos, that stings that they had that opportunity for the 2 free throws. So it's time to regroup and to reset. You know, that's the biggest thing. You don't want to let what just happened take away from what's about to happen. So no hangover effect. New game, 0-0. Now you got to win 5 minutes.
Boise State has played 2 overtime games so far this season. That thriller against San Diego State that went 3 overtimes down at the Ajas Arena. The Broncos on the short end of that one, falling 110 to 107. And then about 2 weeks ago, they forced overtime against UNLV. A game they ultimately lost 89-85. So the Broncos 0 for 2 in OT this year. Both of those games out on the road.
And then looking at fouls, I mean, Nevada has Price with 4. Nobody else with more than 3. We'll see if that becomes a factor for this overtime.
The Wolfpack, on the other hand, have been perfect in OT games this year. They beat Southern Illinois 86-81 all the way back in November in OT. And then that thriller last week against Grand Canyon, where the Wolfpack somehow pulled out a 66-60 victory. Andrew Meadow looking for redemption and one.
Nice job by Meadow, taking the contact here, chesting, and then still getting his body turned around to frame that shot and get the finish.
Meadow with his 3rd straight miss at the free throw line, just 4 of 9 at the free throw line tonight. Again, a kid that all of his career has been really deadly at the free throw line. And wow, the easiest bucket of the night for Camper.
That's a design set. That's a nice one. A lot of schools are running that. Camper's such a good shooter that you can't go under anything. And so when he turns that corner off of the high post and ducks down, I mean, unless the help, you know, with that 1-4 set, you don't have help in the middle. So unless somebody sees the read, that's an easy look.
Camper with a career high 33 points on 13 of 20 shooting. Javen Buchanan.
Buchanan might have gotten away with an extra step there.
He banks home the bucket. He's got 23 points to lead Boise State. Here comes Weems dribbling to his left. Guarded by Buchanan and Fielder. Fielder, I think, came away with the block.
Fielder's shoulder, he's kind of working out his shoulder on that one. I think that block may have cost him a little bit physically.
Tries to set a screen for Andrews. He's kind of working that right shoulder as he hands it off to Andrew Meadow. Meadow back to Fielder, over to Andrews. Under 10 on the shot clock now. Over, a wide open look for Buchanan. No good. Price with the rebound. Price 2 boards shy of a double-double. He's going to attack. The ball off of Buchanan's knee as Price was looking for Weems cutting to the hole. Under 3 to go in the first, and I'll say hopefully last overtime.
Sometimes you say things like this, Jay. Don't make me say it again. Bonus basketball. I mean, it's a school night. It's a school night.
Free basketball. I'll take it.
Free basketball. That's exactly right. I think some folks were actually grabbing their jackets and when Meadow had the 2 shots at the free throw line. The parking lot is just such a draw to get people out there. I'm glad that they decided to put that jacket back down and stay for this good finish.
Dylan Andrews with 17 points. He's going to go to the line for 2 free throw attempts. His 17 points, the 4th most he's had as a Bronco. He's eclipsed 23 times in his career. In this season. His season high is 26 against NC State. His most in a Mountain West Conference game is 21. That was just a couple of weeks ago in a victory here over Colorado State. A.G. Nato trying to check into the game. I think he will do so after the free throw.
For Andrews.
Andrews, money. And he will take a quick breather with Nato coming in. So 19 points for Dylan Andrews, 23 for Javen Buchanan. Boise State up 4 with just under 3 minutes to go. Here comes Camper. Over to Comer. Comer set this thing to overtime with a buzzer beater. Ball on the floor, bodies on the floor. Possession arrow is with Nevada.
And credit Keene with that. That was all Keene. He's showing a lot of help on some of those screen action and then still dropping down, getting his hand to deflect that ball.
Comer called that timeout, by the way. Might have been his only option in order to keep possession there. Nevada only 8 turnovers as a team. I know I mentioned this at the end of regulation, but you have Elijah Price along with Corey Camper Jr. Both of these guys have played almost 40 minutes tonight. They've combined for 48 points. Price has 15, Camper has 33. As I mentioned, those 33 are a career high. The Broncos have done a good job on the glass all night. They're +10. But ever since these two teams came out of the locker room, Nevada's done a much better job on the defensive glass, limiting those second opportunities for the Broncos. Here it'll be Nevada. Out of the timeout. Ball poked away. It was deflected by Nato. Comer keeps possession. 5 on the shot clock. He goes into the lane, running downhill. Over-barreling, he misses. A loose ball, and it is actually going to stay with Nevada. The Broncos got to stop. They just couldn't quite corral that rebound. We tick down to the 2-minute mark in overtime. 8 on the shot clock. Comer picks up his dribble, finds Camper cutting an easy floater. He's got 35.
I don't think that floater was easy, Jay. That was
he made it look easy.
That was impressive. He made it look easy, but again, very impressive by Camper.
I mean, this is one of the more prolific scoring performances that we've seen by an opponent in ExtraMile Arena. We're going to keep this one here with Boise State leading by 2 with possession.
We talked about Camper in the pregame, how his previous career high was 32 against UNLV. He's now sitting at 35. Just really efficient. It took him a while to even miss his first shot. But, you know, I joked about that shot wasn't easy. He makes it look easy, but nothing he does is easy. He's a remarkable athlete, dynamic scorer, and he's just been a joy to watch.
How impressed have you been with both of these teams, though, tonight, Kim? I mean, we said it all the way back leading up to the beginning of this game. Both of these teams picked in the top 4 in the Mountain West Conference back in the preseason. Right now, Nevada is 4th at 8-3 in conference play. Boise State 5-6. They sit at 7th place in the Mountain West Conference standings. But I feel like we're seeing those top 4 team versions tonight, if you will. Both teams playing really good basketball.
I think they know how important this game is. It's February, and you know what February means. That means March is right around the corner. So playing your best ball towards the end of the season is what you want to do. Nobody cares about the wins that you had in the early parts of the season. They care about what you're doing lately.
Buchanan with the step through at the free throw line. Hands it off to Keene. He goes over to Andrews. He's going to hoist up a 3. Price with the rebound. Here comes Comer down to Price, contested by Parolin, but he's going to get called for the foul.
Nice pass, nice dish by Comer. And Price, I mean, it was a situation, foul or give up an easy 2 right there. So you understand why Parolin tried to contest that shot.
The most points ever scored against a Leon Rice team by an individual, 37. Comer's got 35. It's Price at the free throw line. He rattles that one home.
Again, with a minute left in the game, Boise State has 1 timeout. Nevada burned theirs with that loose ball situation. Be real curious to see how the next couple possessions go. Broncos would take a lot of pressure off to get a bucket right here.
Price in his 41st minute of the night hits both free throws. 17 points for him to go along with 9 rebounds. He does have 4 personal fouls, something to monitor. Tied at 85, 1 minute to go in overtime. Andrews running the show over to Buchanan. Under 10 to go on the shot clock. 50 seconds left on the game clock. Another late possession shot. A step back 3 by Andrews. He hits a double fist pump from Leon Rice as Dylan Andrews hits his biggest shot as a Bronco. Comer right back the other way. A layup over Parolin. About a 5-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. And Comer tries to reach in, instead commits the foul.
And he nearly had that ball. You know, Andrews was lucky to collect it. And boy, Comer, watch here, he does a good poke right there. And yeah, obviously contact as he's reaching back around. He knows how close that was. That could have been a real significant sway.
I know Dylan Andrews scored a season-high 26 against NC State, but that was on a neutral court. This is his biggest performance against, I should say biggest performance in front of Bronco Nation. His first free throw miss of the night, he was 6 of 6 prior to that. 22 points, 6 assists. Pushes the lead back out to 2. 28 seconds to go. Here comes Bronco Nation. Weems catches it, thought about it free, pulls it back out, tosses it over to Comer. Under 20 seconds to go. Nevada down 2. Comer guarded by Parolin. Another deep step back 2 off the front end of the rim. Keene saves it, and it looks like he called timeout, and they will give it to him. Keene running that one down, saving it from going out of bounds, goes into the front row and fires up. Bronco Nation.
You talk about Keene being a fiery player. I mean, talk about channeling it in the right way right there. You could see even before he got to the ball, he was already screaming timeout to the official that was there on that sideline. He laid out and he gave everything. I think first row got a little extra something too. So great job by R.G. Keene. Love the hustle, love the effort, and you could see him mouthing, screaming for that timeout as he dove into their first row seats.
Alexis Williams told me that R.J. Keene just makes winning plays. You could look at his stat line and assume one thing, but this guy's value to the team is tremendous. He's played 32 minutes tonight. He's gathered 6 rebounds. And I'll say this, I don't know why it's a magic number, Kim, but in R.J. Keene's career, when he goes out and gets 5 rebounds, Boise State is 22-3. When he does the little things right, this team is right.
He's a lot of fun to watch. And we talked about a glue guy. Every team needs that kid that's going to set good screens, that's going to play excellent defense possession after possession. He's had the task of guarding Camper and Comer for much of this game. And I know that he's putting up some points, but it's not for a lack of effort on his part. So very impressive. Now the Broncos have to think ball security. They've got a 2-point lead. Ball's going to be here on the sideline. So number one, get the basketball in. I mean, Nevada was slow to get that first foul before we hit the end of regulation. I would see them trying to foul a little bit quicker. But from the Broncos' perspective, don't just catch the ball and hold it. That's an easy way to get the ball ripped from you or get a tie-up, and the tie-up would favor the Wolfpack. So again, Broncos catch the ball, rip the ball, attack a little bit, flood into open areas, and help out a teammate.
Keene will inbound. Tosses it over to Dylan Andrews. I don't know what Weems is waiting for. Got a foul, and he does.
Again, that's an extra tick of the clock that I wouldn't like to see go off. Coach Alford, I think, wanted to foul a little bit earlier than that.
"23 points for Dylan Andrews, 23 points for Javen Buchanan. Both of those guys have done some serious work at the free throw line. Buchanan's 9 of 9. DA is 7 of 8. Big free throw from Andrews. That makes it a 3-point game. He can make it a 2-possession game with under 7 seconds to go. It's true. 25 points for Dylan Andrews. That is the 3rd most he has ever scored in a college basketball game and his 2nd most as a Bronco. A 4-point contest. Comer going quickly. Camper a deep 3. He misses. Andrews fittingly secures the rebound and the win. Boise State wins a thriller against Nevada. 91-87 in overtime. What a performance by Boise State. What a response in overtime. The same can be said for Nevada. Down 20 in the first half. Tayshawn Comer hit a running floater as time expired in regulation to tie the game up at 79. The two teams continued to trade blows in the extra frame. 6 total lead changes, 5 total ties. But ultimately, it is Boise State that comes out with the victory to improve to 6-6 in Mountain West Conference play and 14-9 on the season. And maybe most importantly, they split the season series with Nevada. That could come into play later on this season at the Mountain West Conference tournament. You look at where Nevada is in the Mountain West Conference standings. They currently hold that last bye at 8-4 in league play. Boise State is now 2 games behind them. And like I said, they split the season series. So a big victory in many ways, Kim.
Not only to split the series, but when you look at going into the tournament, when you look at going into the next couple of games, I mean, this is momentum. This is defending home court, and this is a huge step forward for players like Dylan Andrews, who I think we're going to have on the air here in just a couple minutes.
We'll see if we can track down DA. A memorable game for the crowd here at ExtraMile Arena. And the man of the night is making his way over for the post-game press conference. And Dylan Andrews, 25 points.
Hey, what's good, my man?
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. It's always good to be on the winning side.
How awesome was that game?
It was great, man. You know, a game of basketball is a game of runs. So the fact that we were able to pull this one out, man, it feels good, especially with our home crowd.
Dylan, how big was that shot you hit? Tie game, under a minute to go. You decide to pull the trigger. You put your team up 3. How long have you been waiting for that moment inside this arena?
Man, you don't understand. Since the Hawaii Pacific game when I missed the game winner, my man. And it feels so good, man. It just feels great to be on top.
Well, that was sweet redemption, my friend.
We had to, man. They got us at their crib. We had to get them at our crib. Now we just got to do it in the tournament.
Dylan, great offensive output for you today, but some other things that really stand out in the stat sheet: 9 of 10 from the free throw line. As a point guard, ball's in your hands. We want to have the ball in your hand at the end of the game. What are you saying to yourself when you step up to the line in those pressure situations?
Just locked in. At the end of the day, I know I got to make these free throws for my team, and I feel like that's what I did.
And 6 assists. I mean, how easy is it to find some of your teammates as they're cutting and moving when you're off the ball?
I mean, I love looking for my teammates, especially like when I'm driving to the basket. It just brings up their confidence when they see that ball go through the net, and then it helps us out on the defensive end.
You guys have been working so hard. I mean, you particularly, DA, but this team, you guys have now rattled off 5 wins in your last 6 games. Have you guys even found out where your ceiling is yet, do you think?
No, man, that's the crazy part. Like, we're working on it. We're still going, and man, I feel like we're peaking at our right time coming to March. You don't want to peak early in January. You want to peak in March.
Well, this is the right time to trend up. You know, R.J. Keene, you look at his stat line and it might seem quiet. The guy just seems to make winning plays, though. How big was securing that final rebound over there, which ultimately helped you guys finish off this win?
He almost killed himself doing that, man. You want a guy on the team that's going to risk his body, risk his life doing that, man. And so we really appreciate R.J., and I love R.J. I tell him all the time, man, you're not just a glue guy for us, man. You can really shoot that ball. And so I'll be telling him, just be confident, and that's what I want from him. So seeing him make threes, man, that's what I love to see, too.
From one of the more reckless guys to one of the happiest guys on the roster, Javen Buchanan, 23 points for him. Man, we have seen him battle to stay on the court at times this season. How much did he deserve a performance like tonight?
He deserved it, man. JB's a hard worker, and he's one of our leaders. He's one of our guys, and man, we really appreciate JB. When he comes out like this, JB is a dog. Like, I really don't think nobody in the Mountain West could guard JB, and he showed that tonight.
I agree.
And Dylan, just one more question. Moving into the next game, I know you want to enjoy this one tonight, but you got New Mexico down in the pit. How are you feeling about that matchup?
I'm excited about that game because I hear so much about the pit. And I know I see videos all the time where you roll the ball up, you try to get it up to the top of the
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I'm excited to play them at their crowd. I know they're going to be ready for us, so we got to be ready for them.
Dylan Andrews, everybody, 25 points tonight. Your coaches call you one of the best teammates out there. You've battled for it. You've earned this moment. Congrats, my friend.
Appreciate you, Jay, always.
All right, Boise State coming back, holding off, I should say, Nevada in overtime to get one of the biggest victories for the Broncos this season. They take this one 91-87. Kim, this was one of those thrillers that I'm going to remember for a while. We've been accustomed to seeing these in the Leon Rice era, especially with Boise State coming out on top. This is just February basketball at its finest. Bring on March already.
Let's enjoy February. Let's enjoy
All right,
this first.
fine.
How about that?
Well, look at the final stats here. Boise State, again, they shoot 52% from the field. They had a number of guys contributing, and I just think that when this team had their back against the wall, they found a way to get to push back and ultimately come back with a victory. And this when you look at how their season has gone, Kim, I just think that this is a big monkey off their back type of win.
It is. And this is also, I think, a big momentum shift. So when you look at what's coming next, going into the pit, I mean, that's not for the faint of heart. So people know that in the Mountain West. This is going to be great for them to take this momentum down to New Mexico.
Well, what a game inside Extra Mile Arena. Kim, this was a fun one to call with you. In the end, though, Boise State picks up their first overtime victory of the season, and boy, did they earn it. Once up 20, Nevada rallies back to force overtime. Corey Camper goes off for a career high, 35 points, but Dylan Andrews had the final answers at the free throw line. Next up for the Broncos, they travel down to the pit to take on the Lobos. That's coming up on Saturday, an 8 o'clock tip-off. One of the best Mountain West games we've seen this season, and the Broncos come out on top.